Do this. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Fit Chicks Chat. My name is Amanda Quinn, and today's podcast, I have Diane Angle joining us. Hi, Diane.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Very good.
So, for everyone listening, Diane is a graduate of our fitness and nutrition expert certification, as well as our holistic nutrition weight loss coaching certification. So, she is a graduate of our academy, and she is joining me today as part of our grad spotlight series that we are doing this week. So, all this week, you can check out interviews every single day with different graduates of our academy, sharing not only their experience during the academy, but also what it is that they are doing now as a graduate of the fitness and nutrition program. So, Diane, why don't you share a little bit more just about how you even got into coaching? Because that's sort of, I think, one of the biggest things people want to know is like how you even got started, what you were doing before, and did you have any fears before getting started?
Right. Well, what I was doing before is I worked 25 years in the health industry, and I was basically worked in mental health. So I worked a lot in the community, and I also worked in group homes, nursing homes, things like that. So a lot of working with people with mental health and disabilities. And what I saw through that is it was I found it amazing. It was an amazing career. But I wanted to help people further because what I was seeing is people were supported well and they had a wonderful quality of life and so forth. But what I saw is some of their illnesses or things going on with their health that could be improved through food and nutrition and different lifestyle changes weren't improving. They weren't able to come off medications that they wanted to, and they needed more of that support. So I wanted to get into something where I could help people in a more sustainable way. So I found Fit Chicks Academy online. I think it was probably through Facebook, and it really spoke to me because I wasn't exactly in the greatest shape or the best of health myself when I came into this. So partly it was because I wanted to make that career change, and also because I started working on myself at that time, and I had my own transformation where I improved a lot of health conditions and lost a lot of weight. And I thought, well, what can I do with this? So when I found Fit Chicks, I'm like, this is for me, because it really spoke to me how your message was that we can start at any age, any time, no matter where we're at in our health or fitness levels, that we can start where we're at and just begin and help other people. So
Yeah.
that's why I got started.
I love that. And I think it's 100% a true statement that we make over and over again is, you can at any age, any stage in life, it really doesn't matter because there's so many people in the world that are needing inspiration from for different reasons and from different people, right?
Yeah.
Different people are inspired by different people. And so did you find that statement to be true for you? Like in terms of, because I know that right now what you're doing, you're working with people that are 50 plus, correct? Like you're working with an
Right.
older demographic. Did you find that that's something that's such a powerful thing for you to be able to say, hey, I can either, I don't know, I don't know what age you are, but like I can relate, or I'm like able to help support you in this journey because maybe
Right.
I went through some similar
Yeah.
stages.
It's extremely powerful because I am turning 50 very soon.
Yeah.
And that's why I realized that, you can start now, you're never too old. And a lot of clients who I find are like, I don't know what you can do with me because I'm 50 something or 60 something or even 70 something. I even had a client that was 89. And we can start anywhere, even if it means, okay, maybe you're really sick, you have an autoimmune condition, you can't move very well, maybe your mobility is not great, but we can start with you laying in your bed
Mm-hmm.
and starting with baby steps that way and just progressing them over time. So it's very powerful because I found a lot of the clients that who sign up with me, especially recently, are saying, thank you. At least you understand where I'm coming from. We're almost the same age. You understand the menopause thing and the hormones and everything that's going on. You've been through a transformation. You're not a typical, or maybe not typical trainer, with the six pack abs who have been, in the 20s and have been maybe training for so long. That's not where I started. So that speaks to them.
Yeah. I think it really does. I think it's a powerful message because I always say, who inspires me is different than who inspires Laura, than who inspires you, than who inspires my mom. And,
Right.
and when you look at it from that lens, you realize who you are today, if you are passionate about health and fitness and you are someone who loves to be able to help others and share that message of health,
Mm,
then who you are today is perfect, because there are going to be people that will be attracted to your message, because your
right.
message is your unique message. It's your unique story. It's your unique voice telling them about a journey, right? As
Mhm,
opposed to it just being this cookie cutter approach. Now, I
right.
love that. Now, what was
Yeah.
your for anyone listening, what was your experience like during the academy? So taking the fitness and nutrition expert program, what was that experience like for you? And did you feel like it really helped you to become the coach that you wanted to be?
Absolutely. When I first came into it, I wasn't sure what to expect. Wasn't sure if I'd be able to do this. Like I had said, my health wasn't the best at the time, and I was overcoming so many things. And will I be able to keep up? So part of me was excited. The other part of me was scared.
Right.
So I went into it scared. I'm like, okay, I'm scared, but I'm going to do it anyway. And it gave me the confidence actually really quickly to realize there's a lot I can do. And through the course, because of everything that we were learning, I actually got, by the end of the course, I was in way better shape than when I began. So there was that interesting aspect of it that I wasn't even thinking about, where it actually helped me get in a healthier place just by the different exams and different things we were doing, where I basically was had to be thrown in there and start teaching others and doing fitness. And I got in shape because of it and started eating better because of what I was learning. So it was it was a really, really wonderful thing, the way the journey was, and how I progressed.
So it was life changing for you too, not only for your clients, but then also like help transform your own health.
Yeah, it
That
was.
happens to a lot of our students. It's interesting, right? Because so many times we'll have students that will come in and it's just that. It's just about like, oh, I never knew that. And then you adapt that habit. I learned this and now I'm going to adapt that habit. And then
Yep.
just by adapting all of these new habits, all of a sudden you're just like, oh, I've just transformed my own health as well. And now I have all these tools to be able to help your clients. Do you find that the information that you learned in the academy has really helped you with your clients and with your new role?
Very much so. I'm teaching them, if we're doing live video calls like what we're doing today,
Yeah.
still to this day, if they're having a hard time drinking water, I'll show them the elastic band trick
Oh,
that
our
I learned in my
elastic band
course.
technique.
Yeah, or I'll show them the plate of how to set up your plate
Yeah.
and have a balanced plate and so forth. These are little things that are huge for these clients, where it just makes sense, and they're like, "Oh, you've shown me something so easy that I have
Simple.
to visualize. I can visualize what to do and how
Yeah.
to eat healthier and so forth." So it was
Yeah.
and everything has translated into what I do now. So everything I learned about hormones, or uh, just everything I learned, little bits and pieces, I'm sharing with my clients every day.
I love
So
that.
it's definitely translated over into what I'm doing.
That
So
makes me so happy to hear, because I and it's so true, right? Like those simple habits, like the simplest things that we might almost take for granted. Like we're just like, oh, drink your water or whatever. But giving them tools like the
right.
elastic band technique. For anyone who's listening who doesn't know, the elastic band technique is literally like you just take elastic bands and you put them around your water bottle and you have them at the top and then you just slide them to the bottom when you drink a whole bottle. So then you have the visual cue of like how many more you need to have. So you just put 8 elastic bands on it, or 6, depending on the size of your bottle. But you just
Yeah.
do that. And then you just have the visual cue, because so many times people will be like, how many times do you have clients that are like, oh, I forgot to drink to water, or I
Yeah.
just forgot to eat, or whatever, and they just forget these things because they're so busy in their day to day. And so
Right.
just by having those little visuals, they're like, oh, that's right. And I love that, because it's just about simplifying things to make it easy for your clients to adapt it to their life. Now,
Exactly.
what you're doing, so tell me a little bit more about what it is that you're doing now, because I know, again, so many times people say to me, well, I want to get certified, but I don't know what I would do. I don't know, where I would like work, or should I start my own business, or all these kinds of things. So can you share a little bit more about what you're doing? Um, and then and the fact that it is online too, because I think that that's really interesting.
Right. Yeah, I decided to work online just by choice. I just wanted to be more at home because of other lifestyle reasons with family and so forth. So I wanted to really work from home. It's actually been my dream to just work from home. and be
Working
online.
from home is the best.
Yeah, and I
Not
love
gonna
it.
lie.
Yeah, I love it because it works for my health, my journey, my family, and just I need to be flexible. And so this works for me. So what happened was after graduation, I just kind of winged it on my own, and I found about a handful of clients on my own just by getting out there on social media. And Fit Chicks taught me that confidence to just get out there and do it and find
Yeah.
people and talk to people, have conversations. So that's what I did. I found about a handful of clients, and then I kept them, and then through my journey I found a platform called Kickoff
Mhm.
online personal training, and they're an online company. And I thought, oh, this is interesting, but it was down in the US. I thought, well, I wonder if they hire Canadians, and they do. So I
Yay.
talked to one of their coach managers, and they said they could hire me. So I got hired. It was a process. It took a few months just to get on board it and so forth. But this company is unique because we work through, maybe it's not unique, but I find it amazing because I get to work just the way you and I here. This is how I work with my clients, and we talk and have conversations like what we're having, or I might be doing something in the background, showing them proper technique with lifting weights and so forth, or we're having a conversation like we are about nutrition. So also I work through an app. So we have an app where all their workouts are plugged in, a schedule. They have their menu plan in there and so forth. And we make tweaks and changes weekly. They have daily accountability with me, so by text. So they have so much support and accountability, and those texting conversations are invaluable because that's where I talk to them about all these other tips and visualize things that they can do to change their lifestyle. We talk about, we go deeper with things that they can change in their life, how to improve their sleep, how to make changes to improve their hormones, and how to maybe they need to eat more because they've been under eating. And there's little things that goes on in the background where I tweak and make changes to help them feel better in their bodies from where they're at now. So there's just so much to it, and I just love this company because it just works so well for, like I said, my life and flexibility, and I just love what I do. I get sent clients through them and I secure them. And I can also go on social media and secure my own. So I have two different options. So it's quite interesting.
Mhm.
I'm on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, and TikTok, and all the social medias, Google, whatever. And I'm out there and I put my website out, and that's how I find clients. And I just love what I do.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And I love that it's online too, because I think, again, so many times people feel like it has to be one or the other, but
Yeah.
you're kind of doing everything, right? And
Hmm.
did you find, like, with the fitness and nutrition program, with the certification, it prepared you to be able to do all of those things, to be able to
Actually,
take on clients in group, personal training, nutrition, like to
yeah.
be able to offer all of the programming and services?
Yeah, I found it did prepare me really well, actually. And what we were taught in nutrition, how to have a balanced plate, and all the different components of that, actually they teach at kickoff. So it's like, wow, this is easy. I know exactly what they're talking about, and they have other plans as well that I teach as well. But
Yeah.
yeah,
That
that's
must have
that's
been
the main
helpful though,
thing.
to have it like aligned, so you were just like, "Oh, okay. What
Yeah,
I know is what I teach," and
yeah,
it's not about adapting any new principles. It's really just about taking the information you already know that you
yeah.
have the certification, and then now just actually utilizing it with your clients.
Yes. And as far as the online experience, I think Fit Chicks really prepared me for that, as in just giving me the confidence to get out there. And I do believe there were some things on my course from what I can remember where we talked about how to set up online a little bit there. So that was really helpful as well. So
In the
when
business
I went
portal.
into it, it wasn't unfamiliar.
Yeah.
So, and it's what I wanted to do. So
So it worked out so well. So what would you
it,
say then, to anyone who is thinking about getting certified with FitChicks Academy for the Fitness and Nutrition Expert Program, who's maybe listening right now on the fence and they're kind of like, I don't know, is this the right path for me? What would you say?
I would say go for it because, I was in my late 40s when I did it, and I wasn't sure, but I am so glad I did. And yeah, just go for it because now's the time, and the years and months and days just tick on by. And if you really want to do something to change your life, I would say that this is the course to do it. It changed me in so many ways that I can't even express.
Oh, that's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that. Now, for anyone
Um,
listening, of course, as I mentioned, our fitness and nutrition expert certification starts on April 5th. So if you haven't already enrolled, make sure you check it out at fitchicksacademy.com/FNE for more details. Diane, thank you so much for joining us today, for being a part of this grad spotlight series, which we're so excited to share. And for more details on how you can get in contact with Diane to learn more about what she's doing, please make sure that you check out the show notes as well as all of our social posts where her details will be in there. If you want to connect with her, ask her more about her training, make sure that you reach out direct. Diane, thank you again so much for your
thank
time.
you so much for having me.
All right, have an
All
amazing
right.
day, everyone, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Make sure you check out every single day this week for the grad spotlight series. Bye, everyone.